Okay, today, since it's cold, wet, and rainy outside, what we've decided to do is start the refurb on the steering wheel. If you look at this wheel, can you see that? From the sun, it's all cracked and just totally destroyed. So I don't have the money to get it professionally redone. So we're going to try to fill the cracks with epoxy and then sand and paint it. We'll see what it looks like when we're done. So we're going to take these Dremel tools and we're going to go ahead and make all the cracks beveled, so that way the epoxy has a place to go. Okay, next we have all the grooves sanded down with the Dremel. We're going to use a 2-part epoxy to fill the cracks. So it's fairly simple. You just take these two, mix them together, then take your hands and stuff them in the crack.
Alright. Kind of like Play-Doh.
No, it smells like poop. Why does it smell like poop? After you waste your life away using the Dremel tool and the sandpaper, making this as smooth as possible, you're going to come out with a result sort of like this. So you can see where the epoxy filled in the cracks on the steering wheel. Okay, and then the next step is to put primer on the wheel. Alright, this is the primer that we're going to use, the Rust-Oleum 2-in-1 filler and sandable primer. So the reason why I picked it is if there's any really small, tiny cracks left in the steering wheel, if you use this, you'll be able to take care of them. After applying the primer and sanding it down to what you want, it's time to put on the color. Now, originally the steering wheels on these cars were made of colored plastic, so what we can do is just find the color that's closest to it. I'm using this Rust-Oleum high performance enamel, and this color is the closest I could find to the color of the interior. You could paint the wheel black, you could paint it white, but I'm going to see if I can get it to match as close as we can. So this is what I'm going to use, and I'm going to do first a really light coat, and then a second light coat, and just kind of build it up that way. Alright, so here is the finished product. Now, it's not perfect to say the least. There's still, like you see right here, there's a few little spots that we didn't get. But you know what? And also the chrome, we need the chrome to get, you know, polished up again. It's still got residue on it, but it's a much better than it used to be, and I think it'll be much better to drive it without big old cracks and gouges in the steering wheel. So, recommendation to you guys, if you try this at home, be more patient than me and take more time filling in all the cracks and setting it down smooth. You'll probably get a better result than I did. But like I said, this car is going to be always be a driver, and this is driver good enough.